It was December 1944. The Allies were celebrating in Europe. After a bloody but successful Normandy invasion in June, Paris was recaptured in August. In fact, much of Western Europe had been relieved, and preparations were underway for the invasion of Germany herself in the spring. Confidence was high among the American troops. By December 15th, American generals were ordering a sumptuous Christmas dinner for all the troops. The soldiers themselves were wondering when they would be sent home. The war seemed to be over, and yet, at the same time, the Germans were planning a massive offensive, and one of the bloodiest battles in history was about to commence. This was the Battle of the Bulge. 1,400 German Panzer and Tiger tanks were hidden in the snow. Stronger and more resilient than the American Sherman tanks, these machines of death were lined up, coordinated, and ready. When the German Operation Watch on the Rhine commenced, the Allies were caught napping, literally. Over the next few days, Germany was winning again. Their advance was so severe that the outcome of the war was on the line. Fortunes had reversed. What made this possible? Bad weather. A low-pressure system guaranteed low visibility and a grounding of the American air cover, and it lasted day after day. Germans had the weather report. It looked favorable for them and miserable for the Americans. This was one of those snatching defeat from the jaws of victory moments. Western civilization was on the line, and some important lessons we must learn were learned then. First, it wasn't the Germans were better positioned. They were still outmanned and weaker by most measures, but they had the element of surprise. They had planning, they had initiative, and they had determination. By contrast, the Americans thought they'd won. They were complacent, and they were blind. Eventually, the Allied forces won, but it literally took prayer, grit, and more than a few miracles. I share this because it sort of sums up where we are today. You know how severe the challenges to America had been? And during COVID and after, we fought hard for liberty, security, and values. Then President Trump won the election, returned to the White House, and began issuing executive orders, reversing so many scary things. Congress passed the OBBB, the One Big Beautiful Bill. We won! It's time to get back to life. Just like the American soldiers before the Battle of the Bulge, many people believed the war to be over. But I'm here to tell you it's not. And our complacency puts us at risk. This is a warning. Don't quit and keep your eyes open. Just like in December 1944, visibility seemed low, but the enemies of liberty are preparing a massive new assault. Are you ready?